Hey, guys. Out to these Pelzer here, the voice coach. That part coming to you with another episode of the Speak Easy podcast, where we go behind the scenes and talking about what it means to be the successfully paid speaker or author. I am your host, founder of the World Voice League. That part, your voice manager, helping you to unmute your voice. With that being said, guys, listen. I was talking to my team this week during our meeting and a little bit before our meeting for the week. And man, this has been a week of yeses. But it made me reflect on just, oh my goodness, this has been several years of yeses. Yeses for me personally, especially as an introvert, really coming outside of my comfort zone, coming outside of myself. And man, it has shifted everything. So I wanted to talk to you guys really quickly in this episode about what that really meant, how it all started, and then I want to know, have you said yes this year? Have you said yes to living your best life? Have you said yes to writing the book? Have you said yes to starting your business? We want to know what that yes is. So come and join us over in the free Facebook community, bit.ly/World Voice Community. We definitely want to know, what is your yes? And how are you seeing it through to the end result? With that being said, here is today's episode. So here it is. I'm a few years away from reading Shonda Rhimes' Year of Yes. And I almost want to, I want to kind of hug her. And I know that would be weird because she doesn't know me and she would probably call the police. That's usually what happens when you go and hug a stranger, is you get arrested. But I really would like to hug her because it was some of the most valuable things that she talked about within that book that really made me reevaluate some things when I became the face of my brand in 2016. I am an introvert. And I know many of you may think, because I'm out in the limelight or because I'm live streaming, because I'm doing live events and you see me with this connection and that connection and doing different things, and even with the podcasting, you don't see introvert. You see powerhouse. You see extrovert. You see Wonder Woman, Supergirl. You see, okay, well, maybe the Wonder Woman and Supergirl are the ones that I see. But you get where I'm coming from. You see something magical, something phenomenal. But I have to really say that after reading Shonda Rhimes' book, that was where a lot of that confidence came from. Because I had a piggy bank. You hear me? A piggy bank of excuses. No, not excuses. Kind-hearted responses that I would give in order for me not to go somewhere or talk to someone or do something. And it's probably hard for you to imagine it now. It was even harder to imagine it then when it was happening. But I actually, when I started trying to make more money in business, I started with MLMs, and that was back in 2014. And imagine being the introvert with excuses why I couldn't go talk to people, trying to do an MLM. Yeah, that didn't work out very well. Neither one of them worked out very well. But it was a great experience, I guess you could say that. I think I spent more money on the products myself. That's not how that's supposed to go. But you understand. Most of you probably are, well, I won't say most. A good number of you are probably doing the same thing. So you definitely understand where I'm coming from there. But I'm not feeling well. Let me check my calendar and get back to you. I don't know. I'm kind of busy that weekend. You know what? that's kind of late, so maybe I'll do it next time. Listen, I had it down packed to the facial expressions and everything. Don't judge my lifestyle. I am a true introvert. But when I decided that I was going to be the face of my brand, and I decided that I was going to make some bold moves, Year of Yes was actually one of the first books that I read in order to inspire me and really kind of give me that jolt into saying yes to more opportunities. And it put me in some interesting scenarios, but it also opened up a world of opportunities. It connected me with people from all over the world, Scotland, the UK, Africa, Jamaica, oh my goodness, the Netherlands, Australia, just Canada, everywhere and anywhere, guys. Clients, connections, networking. It really did open up opportunities, but it took a while. Like, I wanted to say that it was like easy and it just kind of flicked a switch. And then it was like, oh my goodness, you're amazing. Let's go and be a speaker. That's not how any of this goes. So when I chose to do this, read this book and start following this model for my business and my brand and start following this model even for my life, it was phenomenal. Literally the things that I've seen happen in the last few years of me saying yes to opportunities and connections and people, it completely shifted everything. So then I go and fast forward to 2020, and here I am in 2020, and this is absolutely phenomenal because in the end of 2019, I did it. I just walked up to people and I said, hey, I would love to connect with this or connect with that. I would love to be a part of, this opportunity, or I would love to serve you. That's one of my biggest things, is that I lead with service. And so I literally was saying to people, I would just like to serve. And in saying just that, those simple words, it opened up an opportunity for so many other things. Like, I was amazed and so surprised that it literally expanded well beyond what I thought it was going to be. And just recently, it went and led to me doing a pilot of a program I started putting together maybe about 2-3 years ago when I first started saying yes. And I'm piloting this program that, is going to be a phenomenal thing and can literally go and lead to something really big for my business and my brand. But wow, look at where it started. And so I really was like, oh, okay, well, that means that I need to make sure that I'm doing this on a regular basis. That's how I felt in the first year when I first started doing it. And I started seeing clients come my way. I started seeing people come and want to help and build my brand and come and be a part of it. But I'm going to tell you where I went wrong. And I went wrong in the beginning because I was saying yes to the opportunities, but then I would have I didn't know how to expand on it. So I said yes to people who wanted to come and support my brand, but then I didn't know how to delegate to them what it is I needed them to do within my business and brand. And fast forward to 2020, where now I just had someone reach out to me and literally they said, I just want to serve. Let me know how I can serve you. And at being somebody who always serves everyone else, it feels really good when you hear somebody say that to you. But you need to know what it is that you really need help on, or what it is you really need them to do. And so I went and I said, okay, well, I have a summit that we're working on. We have the World Voice Summit that is happening in February, and I would love your support in that area. And they said, great, just give me the information and I'll shoot it out to my email. Hey, that type of thing, saying yes is a great opportunity, but it wouldn't have been like opportunities like this would not have come up if I wasn't the person that was saying yes to other people and going and and walking up to other people and saying, hey, I would love to serve you. Hey, I would love to be able to help you in whatever it is that you're doing. Like, people saw my consistency. They saw that I was a leader of service. Like, literally everything I did, I was leading with service. And when they saw all of these things, it put them in a position to where they wanted to support and help me, because they saw me supporting and helping other people. And, I think even in today's society, when we have so many people that are struggling when it comes to, can I really, trust somebody with my brand? Can I really trust somebody with my heart? That we struggle and say, oh my goodness, yeah, can I? I don't want somebody to run away with my dream, and I don't want somebody to steal my idea. But in the interim, when we're doing all of this and we're thinking in that capacity, we're really limiting ourselves. Because the reality is that there are going to be people that don't trust what you're doing. There are going to be people that don't believe in your dream. There are going to be people that don't support you. There are going to be people that don't care what you're doing. And if we attempt to base how far we're going to go, or if we're going to say yes to something off of what they're going to believe, then we'll never make it off the starting line. And it's sad, because I see so many entrepreneurs that's where they are. They're right at the starting line. They have a great idea. They have great momentum, but they just can't get off the starting line because they're scared. If I say yes to this thing, if I say yes to helping somebody, then how will that make me look? If I say yes to going and writing this book, then what will people think when they read the story? What will be the backlash? Like, we get so caught up in all of these things that it's just like, wow, you're holding back. And now is not the time to hold back. Now is the time to be bold and say yes and move forward in just, it's not always going to be a perfect line. It's going to be some zigzags. Success is not a perfect straight line. It's going to be some zigzags. It's going to be some turns. There may be a few detours along the way. But when you look back to that first time that you said yes to something within your business and brand, you'll be glad that you did. I can look back right now, and the events that I said yes to, the opportunities to speak, the podcast interviews, the starting my own podcast, the going forward with my blog, the doing it my way. When I said yes to those things, I'm looking back at that now and saying, wow, I would not be where I am right now if I would have said no. If I would have been comfortable in just giving one of my very famous excuses as to why I could not show up to the event, or why I didn't want to go and network. Now, granted, truth be told, even years later, I still don't really like networking in the I got to wear a business suit and have 500 business cards sense of it. But I found a niche when it comes to networking my own way that made me appreciate networking for what it really is, which is conversations, as opposed to business cards. And it shifted everything for me. But if I wouldn't have said yes to the first networking event, then I wouldn't be here ready to do so many other networking events with a bold yes. Because I know now, even if there's 100 people in the room, I know how to maneuver it in such a way to where that obedience, that networking is going to put me in a space of really succeeding. One of the most valuable things that I found, especially being an introvert, is that where most people were so eager to get their business cards in the hands of every person in the room, I shifted, and my yes was not to get a business card in every person's hand. My yes was, let me go and connect with one person that's going to be a significant connection for my business or brand. One person. Now, if there's a room of 100 people, I may talk to 20 people, but there may be one significant relationship that I build there that really does something phenomenal for me. And every event that I go to, that's my mentality. If I can connect with one significant person, that can open up the door for so many other things. And that means that I need to have a real conversation with that person, not just something that's fluff. But can I really talk to this person? And serving is the best way that you build connections. Hands down, I cannot say it enough. Serving is going to be it's how you learn the back office of so many other things. It's how you stay humble. It's how you keep your feet planted on the ground and you don't get a big head of people telling you that you're doing a phenomenal job and you're amazing and all these things. Because the reality is I'm just human and I'm just a vessel. And so when I understand that I'm a vessel, that I know there's a couple things that I need to be doing. I need to be filling up and I need to be pouring out. That's what a vessel is used for. I need to be filling up and pouring out. And the way that I fill up is I go to events and I connect with people and I have conversations. And the way that I pour out is I serve. When I look at my business and my brand, that's what I do. I serve. Is there a payment for the service? Yes, there is. But I serve. And everything that I do does not require a payment, but I'm serving. But I always have to make sure that I'm pouring back into myself. And so when she talked about, being able to say yes to sitting down and playing, saying yes to, I'll say yes and sit down and watch a movie with my kids. We just recently, I had a moment where I just shut down and myself and my oldest daughter sat and watched Bebe's Kids and Class Act and Beavis and Butthead. Simply because they were shows that were from my time zone, right? Not my time zone, my era, I should say. And just to make that memory, make that moment. Because guess what? Reality check. There's going to be times where we can't make those moments anymore. She's about to be off to college. But the fact that I'm in the position to where I can do that is phenomenal. And I had to start saying yes to me, not because I didn't care about other people, not because I didn't care about what they were doing or how they felt, but because I had to care about me. You can't expect anybody else to care about what you're doing and about you if you don't care enough about it. You can't expect anyone else to care about your home if you don't care about it. Your body, you can't expect anybody else to want to do more to help you heal your body if you're not willing to do it yourself. And so I had to say yes to me. And in saying yes to me, it would influence other people to say yes to themselves, to say yes to other people. Like, that's phenomenal to know that just one book had that much of an influence. So yes, I would like to hug Shonda Rhimes, and I'm speaking it into existence. I don't know when I'm going to meet her. And it'll probably be weird and awkward. And I would love to have her as a guest on the podcast. I think I'm going to reach out. But yeah, when I meet her, it'll be weird. It'll be awkward. But I'm going to hug her. I will ask permission first, but I'm going to hug her. Even if I just hug her arm. Because, her sharing her vulnerability opened up an opportunity for this little introvert to start saying yes. And in my obedience, it opened up so many more opportunities than what I could have ever imagined. So, what's your yes? I want to know, definitely. Let me know in the reviews for this podcast by going to bit.ly/Speakeasy Podcast Show. Check us out over on Podchaser as well, and iTunes, iHeartRadio, all of the platforms, right? But we also, listen, I want to know, what is your yes? Come and join us in the free Facebook group. Put hashtag World Voice League in Facebook, and it'll just say hashtag World Voice League. Come join the free Facebook group. Let us know your yes, because there's somebody somewhere that is going to be highly affected by your yes, and that person starts with you. So This was the next episode of the Speak Easy podcast, where we go behind the scenes talking about what it means to be the successfully paid speaker or author with your host, Altavis Pelzer, your voice manager, helping to unmute your voice so you can share the stories that you have been holding on to for way too long. With that being said, I appreciate you guys, and until next time, don't forget to press it out. See ya.